Alright, we're back once again, here to do a little Defenders talk. A little preview, obviously. I think it's going to drop here in about 30 minutes our time here locally. So we figured we'd do a little Defenders talk and maybe give a little thought on what we're hoping to see.
And what they might want to do or direction it could go.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and kick it off with...
Sweet Christmas.
Yes, indeed. Sweet Christmas. 30 minutes away to Defenders. I'm extremely excited. I'm just going to get this out there, though. Iron Fist, I had really high hopes.
He did.
Really, really into martial arts. I loved Iron Fist comics. I don't even care about the whole cultural thing on what he should be, what he shouldn't be. His character was always white. Doesn't really matter. I just have a problem with the actor. I don't know if he's...
I don't think he comes across right.
Capturing the essence of Danny Rand.
Yeah.
This new version of him, I don't really care for all that much. But, whatever. Let's talk about Defenders as a whole.
Defenders in the whole.
Defenders in the hole. Defenders in the hole!
In the hole!
So, personally, I think Daredevil is probably my favorite.
Well, yeah, he's the anchor. Well, Daredevil is probably the favorite in the entire series. Luke Cage is personally my Luke Cage.
Probably second favorite of the series. I think Daredevil got noticed first, obviously.
The
and
first
then,
one out. It's the anchor.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's in the Iron Man role.
Jessica Jones was received pretty well.
Yes, it was different. It was darker.
That pulled in. I think that pulled in a different audience.
Yeah.
A little bit more people got curious. Then we had season 2 Daredevil.
Season 2
was amazing
with the Punisher.
Right?
Punisher
Amazing.
was awesome in there.
Who?
The Punisher.
This guy?
The Punisher does a great job in that.
Yes. Really, really well acted. Love that actor. Don't know his name.
Did a great job in Walking Dead.
Exactly.
For the 2 seasons he was on.
Was he
Walking.
not the person to love to hate?
Really, in Walking Dead, yes.
It's like, oh man. But in this one, you really cheer for him as the Punisher. You root for him. Kind of like all these characters, right?
Yes.
Matt Murdock. Daredevil's character, Luke Cage,
Jessica
Jones. Everyone except
Danny Rand. And then Rosario Dawson, who somehow is the glue.
Rosario Dawson is
the glue.
She is the
holds
pivotal piece.
Everyone
she is the mortal figure of humanity that holds them all together.
She knows all of them.
Hard-nosed,
very intimately.
Nurse from the streets of Harlem apparently is everyone's bonding glue.
Yes.
Right?
Somehow.
She keeps it all together. She's the Gorilla Duct Tape from Home Depot.
That just keeps it in.
The patchwork, right?
That basically starts the Defenders.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm expecting to see some, maybe, I don't know if we'll get to see a full wrap-up. I'm hoping we get to see a good first season of the Defenders that leads off into something much, much bigger.
Yes.
Obviously, we all know, if you haven't known, spoiler alert, they're supposed to be in the Infinity War.
Supposedly.
So we don't know what capacity, but they've been name dropped as their characters are supposed to be in it.
There you go.
The Hand apparently is coming, right? We've seen the Defender clip where it has the hand in the background.
Sigourney Weaver's probably
the head of the evil hand.
Possibly.
And we're not quite sure. In the comics, the Hand operates off of like mystic powers, and they technically use a demon to find your soul in the astral plane to bring you back to life.
Which is kind of what they did to Elektra, maybe.
Yes, so supposedly that is the same technique they've used to bring back Elektra in this one. Spoiler, if you haven't watched season 2 of Daredevil.
Why have you watched it yet?
Maybe crawl out from under the rock you're living under. And also, what's his name? Danny Rand's kind of... It seems that he's going to be the villain in Iron Fist. I forget the guy's name. The dad.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's another reason why they come back initially, is because this demon that they use to pull back your soul kind of pulls kind of a feral, almost like non-logic version of yourself, and then you slowly transition back into your old self over time. So that's kind of what we think we're gonna see with Elektra. In the trailers, there's a couple scenes where she's kicking butt.
Yeah.
And that's all she's really doing,
and they're
right?
basically telling her, like, hey, you'll get used to destroying cities.
Exactly.
So we'll just see what she's doing. Most likely destroying New York or Hell's Kitchen is what they're in.
Right? So not the greatest way to rekindle an old flame with old Matt Murdock, right?
Yes.
He thinks he lost her, right? He has no clue that the hand has taken her body and are having their way with her, so to speak.
Well,
So, and then of course, there's Jessica Jones, right?
Yes.
And then Luke Cage,
who's in jail at the time of the start of this, because he's in jail from Luke Cage. Right?
Yeah, so we're not quite sure. Maybe he's going to get a pardon. Maybe
or he just served his time.
Depending on the time lapse they have here. But I heard it's supposed to be not that far off from where Iron Fist left off.
Okay.
So
depends on. I mean, Iron Fist actually had some time lapse in it.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, there were some time lapse. I guess I'm not sure. There's a time lapse from when they finish fighting off the hand and when they go to find what's the name of that place?
Oh shit, was it the where he
what's
gets
it
his
called?
power in the fist and he fights the dragon?
Yes, I don't know why I can't remember the name of it all of a sudden.
We just went blank on it.
Kunlun.
There it is.
Kunlun. There you go. Kunlun. So there's a little bit of a time skip between that time that they go and he realizes, oh, it's gone, and there's that paradox. Not sure if that's going to get solved in Defenders. Maybe they'll touch on it. Probably wait for season 2 of Iron Fist, which I'm not really sure why they gave it a season 2. But hey, everyone deserves a second chance, right?
Yes.
American dream, right? American dream. Jessica Jones. So, what do you think everyone's intricate role will be here? It seems like Danny Rand's the first one to be on board. Kind of still reprising his kid-like role almost, right? Like, hey, we're going to be superhero buddies, everyone.
Let's go. Well, then I also want to know with that, and then Misty Knight, is she going to have a bigger role? Because she's in there. Yeah, I don't think they're going to give her what she should have. No spoilers. In terms of the character and character development. But she's going to still probably be in there because she shows from the trailer she's in there. Maybe
we'll have a spin-off because technically Misty Knight and Rosario Dawson's character actually have, I think it's like Misty Knight Detective Agency or something like that, or I forget what it is in the comics. But they team up and they do their thing. I'm sure everyone would love to have an Iron Fist, Luke Cage team up like they have in Heroes for Hire, right, in the comics. Which it seems like they're doing a little bit of bonding between them initially. So hopefully we'll get to that. That would be awesome. Especially with the announcement that Disney plans on pooling the shows from Netflix, right?
That's still a while away, but they're pulling a lot of their movies, I guess. I don't know if they're pulling the show, but they're pulling the movies.
Yeah, so there was an announcement that I saw that they're supposedly eventually going to pull them. I'm not sure.
2019.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's in an effort to just keep everything in-house.
They're doing their own streaming.
Yes.
But I don't think they're going to do Netflix because Netflix, I think, is partnered with the show. So
they have a pretty big partnership with Disney as of right now, too. So
we'll see.
May or may not go away. Obviously, capitalism is king here in America.
Yes.
So, the mighty dollar speaks. So we might lose some shows on there. So just be ready to play musical chairs with the streaming companies, right?
Yes.
So, and what I'm looking forward to most is hopefully he makes a nice big surprise visit somewhere in the Defender show, and he's like, "I got you guys," and he just shoots everyone to bits, and then
just leaves.
Yeah, and then just leaves. Sorry, forget the autofocus. That was really bad.
That's your pop. See, Daredevil came in, wrecked shop.
See,
camera went off.
Exactly. Punisher.
So it's okay.
It's okay. We knew what you meant. He probably what it was. Black and red suit probably threw you off.
There it is.
Right, similar colors. Now I'd like to talk about costumes. Right, so Daredevil looks like he's going to be the only one that probably has his full costume.
They don't give Luke Cage the yellow outfit, but I mean I can stand why you're not going to give him the yellow outfit because that's like more 70s. Well, they don't want to do. They could update it.
So even in the new one, he has that kind of like a tight like almost like Under Armour type kind of T-shirt with his pants. So
he doesn't have the chain.
What I'm hoping is that at some point towards the end of this Defender season 1, they go and visit the same guy who gave Daredevil his threads and says, "Hey, if we're all going to be doing this, we all need some new clothes and suits and all that good stuff." That'd be really cool to see. It'd be a nice tie-in. Plus, that guy's character is a little weird to me, but I don't know why I like seeing him on there, just because he's like a weird kind of individual, so to speak. You got to have some smart guy that has some kind of, nonchalant, weird social skills that's behind the scenes making your gadgets, right?
Yeah, always.
So, some are a little bit more right. It's like James Bond and his scientists, right? They always want to be in the field, but know that they die instantly in the field.
So they just make cool stuff.
So they make cool gadgets.
And then pray you don't break it.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's kind of where I'm at with the costumes. I don't think we'll ever see the Jessica Jones original costume.
I think they're just sticking with the jacket and the whole that whole look right there.
They're going for more, I guess, like a
updated streets,
realistic kind of like appeal, right?
I mean, if you look at most of the show, they haven't really gotten anybody's real costumes, even through like the Marvel universe. They've gotten close with shout
out to Inhumans.
They're
getting pretty close.
Close. Cap is close.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So some of them have it, some of them don't. I guess maybe more on the Fox side is nowhere near their actual costumes.
We won't speak.
We don't speak on Fox in Marvel movies.
No Fox. Fox is bad.
We'll still see the movies though. So.
Fox and the Hound, sad. Still Disney. See how I did that? It's a loop. Disney loop.
Yes.
So Defenders. Where do you think they're gonna go with the Sigourney Weaver and the Madame Gao and what's the other guy's name?
Stick.
Stick we know is going to be with the Defenders, but I'm talking villains now, right? So we've got Sigourney Weaver, this main character. She's like the head of the hand. But then we have Madame Gao, who is also the head of the faction.
Before they were saying Gao was kind of going against Sigourney Weaver a little bit.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Do we think that the Defenders might get some assistance from her? Do we think that maybe Madame Gao, because clearly she has some powers that she's hiding, right?
Yes.
She definitely has some powers she's hiding. She supposedly has experience with Immortal Iron Fist already as well. So we'll see. I supposedly saw a rumored picture where he has 2 flaming fists. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Maybe there'll be something where they all come to higher power levels.
Maybe.
I also thought that was interesting that Bakudo, right? Yeah. He technically could be alive as well still. So
that might be in the second Iron Fist that he might come back as a villain.
Yeah. But he also could play out in this one too, because remember it's all the hand. So we don't know if just Sigourney Weaver's hand is going to be involved. If she's going to make pull rank and be like all of the hand reports, right? So it'll be interesting to see. It's going to have to be pretty large numbers because obviously Luke Cage can take out a huge chunk of these guys probably all by himself. Jessica Jones, right? She could knock them all out. Her downfall is she's not known for extremely good hand-to-hand combat. She's just really strong.
Yeah.
So if someone rushes her with a sword, she's probably going to get cut.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see how how she handles things. So we've seen her fight street gangs.
Yeah.
She's good against them. Ninjas, I think almost every hero, unless they're well-trained fighters, probably not going to do well, right?
Yeah.
Probably easy to say. I think there's even that old, I know I'm mixing a little DC, but there's an old Superman comic where he fights some kind of like mystic ninja, and I think the mystic ninja at first is like giving him the business. And then he's like, oh my gosh, this guy's amazingly strong, and I'm Superman. But when ninjas appear, apparently ninjas are
just ninjas.
They're just amazing.
That's why they make certain characters ninjas.
Exactly. So or really good ninjas, not so ninjas. So let's talk about maybe the side characters that may or may not be in this, right? So we have Rosario Dawson. Obviously, we can collectively agree that she's the glue.
So she'll definitely be. Well, she's not a side character because she's the glue, but she's a side character because she has no powers.
Exactly. Then we also have Randy Dan's love interest.
Yes.
Who
also was training.
Yeah, she was training. So it's kind of curious to see whether or not they'll put her in this or not, or if they'll leave her out. Kind of, maybe she'll jump in, maybe she won't jump into the fray. Yeah. It'd be cool. I like the more heroes they can throw into a fight scene, the better sometimes.
And Marvel likes packing in heroes nowadays.
Exactly. So hopefully we get to see that, and then of course it'll be interesting to see Hogarth, right, the lawyer.
Yes.
She's obviously going to be involved in this. Now the question is, where and when will Hogarth and Matt Murdock have a conflict, right?
Yeah.
We've seen him once, I think, already in Daredevil one time. And I think he pulled like a favor from her. I forget how that whole scene went. I have to rewatch it. But it'll be interesting to see, since they clearly are all playing on the same side.
How they're going to work together, or they're going to kind of just start off against each other and then try and work together.
Because Hogarth knows... She basically knows every superhero but who Daredevil is.
Yes.
Right? So it'll be interesting to see if they decide to reveal his true identity to her. Will she be the one person who knows all of them, aside from Rosario Dawson's character?
Who knows everything?
I think her name's Claire, right?
Yes.
Her name's Claire. So it'll be interesting to see. Any other final thoughts on Defenders coming up?
No.
Here we've got about 14 more minutes. 14, 15. Yeah.
No more other thoughts. I say if you haven't seen the Netflix in terms of Marvel shows, definitely go out and watch them all, kind of in order. So I think it's Daredevil, Jessica Jones, then it's Daredevil 2, right? And then Luke Cage. And then you got Defenders. No, actually Iron Fist, then Defenders. Because Iron Fist was kind of bad. So
that's why he forgot.
That's kind of why I forgot it, because Iron Fist wasn't that great. It just adds a little to the story inside. If you can get through it, it does go really slow, and Iron Fist does kind of annoy you throughout the movie. That's kind of why most people have a problem watching it.
He's only a necessary evil to get a little bit more background, I think, on the hand.
In the hand, yes.
Maybe at best. It might be worth watching for that.
But you have to get through some tough parts in that movie.
Yes.
Especially the first 4 or 5 episodes.
It definitely isn't the worst TV show I've ever seen, but it's not.
But for Marvel, it's low.
Yeah, the other TV shows set a really high bar. I'd probably say you don't have to watch Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, or Daredevil in any particular order. If you want, you could technically just pick them up and start watching them as is. But there are some Ian's suggestion I thought was really good, right? I think it would be better to watch one first, right? Season 1 Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and then Season 2 Daredevil, and then Luke Cage. I think would be perfect, because then you'll understand. That's the same way Netflix released it.
Yes.
So if you watch it in that order, can't go wrong. Again, though, if you do just want to pick one up and start watching it because one piques your interest more than another, a la Luke Cage, then feel free right ahead to go and do that, I think. So do not watch Defender starting off, though. I think you'll be a little bit lost.
Yeah. Who are these guys and why they already know these powers?
Recently, in the last several years, has always had a purpose of, this culmination of these events, and then just huge.
Infinity War. Can't wait for that, though.
Right.
That's awesome.
So I think with that, we'll go ahead and call it. And thank you for watching. Please feel free to add any comments in the bottom that you may or may not want to share with us.
Or other shows that we should suggest reviewing or previewing.
Exactly.
Peace.